Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be learning how to make scones. So I have my recipe right here. We're going to need 2 bowls, which is going to be part, and scales and measuring spoons and maybe like a spoon for mixing, but we're going to get that when we need it. So your ingredients are 350 grams of self-raising flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 85 grams of butter, 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, 175 ml of warm milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 egg for glaze. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to mix your flour, salt, baking powder into your big mixing bowl, which I've got here, and then I've got my bowl for measuring, which is what my measuring scale is underneath. So first we're going to get our self-raising flour and put in 350 grams. And make sure to zero your scales before you start. 350. So you just want to be careful as you're going. So I'm getting quite close now. Okay, that is bang on. Yeah, what we needed. So now that I'm done with that ingredient, I'm just going to put that back. Got a bit of flour everywhere, but yeah. So now you're just going to pour this into your big mixing bowl. And now we're going to need to get our salt. We need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So all we have is this kind of salt. So what we're going to do is, this is what I do every time I bake scones. It's a bit tricky. So I need to kind of like, so first of all, I just start off by putting a load of salt in a bowl, because our original salt, it ran out, like the one that you just pour out, which would have made life a lot easier. So I'm just going to have another look in the cupboard, just to double check, to make sure that we don't have any. No. So now with this, I'm just going to have to try and get it all together and get it into this spoon somehow. I've got an idea. We're going to sprinkle it into this. So yeah, I have made scones before. So that is just around about enough salt. So now I'm just going to pour the rest into the little spoon and move this out of the way now, whilst I pinch up some and sprinkle it in, level it off, and add that into your bowl as well. Boom. At first I thought there was a lot of salt when I first looked at it, but so we're just going to wipe that all off of our measuring area then out and get your bowl right back. So you've got your 2 ingredients in there. Your last ingredient you need is your baking powder. So I've got one where my phone is right now. So I'm just going to move that and set you on top of something else. I'm going to use this mug, which you guys are not going to stay. Why do you guys move so much? So just for the now, you're going to sit there whilst I measure this bit out, because we need to use this. So how much of this do we need? We need 1 teaspoon. So 1 teaspoon, and just add that in with all your other dry ingredients. And you guys can now be right back where you were. Now, you're just going to put that glass bowl aside and move everything out your way. And just give this a little quick mix with your hand. Your hands should be nice, clean and washed. And after this step, I'm going to wash my hands so that I don't get everywhere floury. So now I'm just going to go to the tap right beside us and just rinse off my hands to get all that flour away, because I do not like the feeling of flour. Right. I'm just going to move that bowl back out the way, clean off the surface and get everything back to where it was. And now we need to get our butter, measure your butter. So the butter, you need 85 grams. 85 grams. So for this one, I'm going to get a nice big spoon. Into the drawer and just scoop out 85 grams. That's definitely a bit much. We have got the worst weather here right now. It's really bad. Everything on our garden is just blowing about the place. So quite a lot of butter is having to go back because we took out too much on our big scoop of butter. How much was it? 85, so that is correct. Just gonna shove that in there, put the lid on the butter because I don't like butter. Now you're just gonna mix that up with your hands into your mixture. If it's easier, you can cut it into cubes or anything, but once you've mixed all this, you're gonna add 3 tablespoons of caster sugar. Once that's all nice and mixed. Most of this mixture is mixed with your hands. So yeah, so once that's kind of going to be a bit like a crumbly consistency, you're going to want to wash your hands again, and then it doesn't take too long to mix, as long as you get all the butter combined. So that if there is any butter left over, tiny pieces, remember guys. So now we've got that, we're just going to get it all off your hands and wash your hands once again. And then we'll be right back to finish. And dry your hands off and then back to baking. So now we're going to get your hands don't have to be properly dry or properly clean, as long as you got quite a lot of this mixture all. So now we're going to add 3 tablespoons, something on my wrist there, of this into your dry ingredients, and then mix that in and set it aside. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add a wee bit more because those tablespoons are not approximately right full to the top, so just a tiny wee bit more in there. And now that you're done with these most ingredients, I'm just going to shove them aside because we're finished with them. There. So now you're just going to give that a really quick mix again. You don't have to be fully incorporated because you're now just going to set this aside. Get it all off your hands. So now we're just going to wipe away and we're going to set this, just set it aside to anywhere that you want. I personally think putting a cloth over it is good because it keeps any bits of dirt out that you don't want in your food. So that's it, just sitting over there on the cabinet, just cooling down. And now we're going to get on to our next step, which is now the wet ingredients, which we're going to go in this bowl here. So for the wet ingredients, you're going to want to add all of the liquids in the bowl. So that is 175 mils of milk. So you're going to measure that out, then put it in a heat safe bit, and then put it in the microwave. So I'm getting out something to put it in. And where is well, I know what bowls are good. I know what bowls. Finally found the bowl. Zero that. On my nails, that. Marble. So we're gonna get our milk out of the fridge. So I think that'll be all of this. 175. Nearly all that milk. Well, all of it and more. So now I'm just gonna get into this milk here. In the fridge, open it up, and add like the smallest amount of this milk in it, because we do not need much. And just, we only needed like 2 more mils in there, so that was it. So just, you're gonna close that up, put that in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Going on in the microwave, and our next step is 1 teaspoon. Yep, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into that once it comes out. So vanilla extract. Oh jeez, that was an accident, a big accident. This is your vanilla extract, so get that nice and ready to use. Microwave, you're going to add that back into this bowl. This bowl's your mixing bowl, you don't want to put that one in the microwave because you're using it to mix all your ingredients. So you're going to put that back on the scale if you want to. It's optional. If your fingers are clean, put it in the milk. It should be like a room temperature, like so you put your finger in and it doesn't feel like your finger's in anything. I like warm milk. 1 teaspoon, yep. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's why it wasn't opening, I think, or I'm just either weak. So I'm just gonna get a cloth, open that up. It was the wrong way I was twisting it. And 1 teaspoon just into the milk. Add that all in and make sure you get every last bit of it. So now I'm just gonna like put that there now, and I'm gonna use a spatula. It's just this out of my little box of baking tools, and just get every last bit in there. Give that a wee mix. Set all your stuff aside like that. And then set that aside once again. And then you're going to take your cloth off your dry ingredients and bring them over. And just give them a really quick mix again. Just to make sure everything is fully incorporated and mixed. So now you're going to smooth that out and really smooth. I'm just going to dry off my spatula and use that. Sorry that I keep going out the screen, is because there's like further to go than just where you guys can see. There we go. Then that's smooth, you're going to, right in the very middle, make a little well, or as I would say, just a wee hole in the middle. Let me show you what that should look like. Your little well should look something like this. a back camera on this camera is really bad. And you're just going to get your wet ingredients and pour them all into there. So let's get on with that. Sorry, this camera is not standing very well on a box of bicarbonate of soda. It doesn't all have to go right in your well because your well might not be deep enough. It might, as long as you start off by getting it in the well, and that's all fine. And then you're going to start off by folding this mixture all together. And then you can just start mixing. And you want to mix quite fast. And then once it's kind of all incorporated through, obviously there's still some wet patches, you're going to make sure your hands are nice and clean. Which they should have already been before we started baking. And you're going to start mixing all that together. It will feel super duper wet at first, but as long as you mix it and mix it, it will be amazing and it will feel gorgeous. So this mixture is a smaller, like, batter kind of, so sorry, but so as you can see, it's already starting to come together. If it isn't coming together as well as what this is, then there's still actually some in the bowl. Let me try and pick it up. This is as much as what I'm being able to pick up right now, which is, that is mostly how much is going to be in your mixture. If it's not enough, you can, like, obviously do it again, but like double your mixture, which I could do maybe, but we'll do that once these are in the oven. You can do a double mixture. This would be like really fast. I would not be saying any like of the measurements, but you just have to go check out this video to see the measurements. Just gonna really get all this up now. So yeah, as long as you can hold all of it in your hand, that means you've done it right and it isn't melting out like this one, then you've done it correct. So now you're going to sit that back in the bowl and put it back over on that counter that it was just on to sit again. Just give that one last quick mix and get it all off your fingers and into the bowl. Now you're going, sorry that I'm not actually in the frame, I'm talking to you. You're going to want to, just getting all that off my hands, move everything out of your way, just off your work surface, and sprinkle down some self-raising flour and start kneading it on your counter. So we're just going to get some self-raising flour and do that. By the way, that wasn't actually as much as what it looked on camera. It's just enough for be able to do this. Just smoothly move this nicely around your counter. Wait. That looks so pretty. Right. And then you're going to want to bring over all your batter. And it doesn't need to be in the bowl because you're going to be kneading it on the counter. All of it. I was trying to get all the last bits out of the bowl. So you're just going to start kneading that in the flour. And it should become a kind of like a dough consistency. Try to get it all off. So it should become a dough consistency, and then you're just going to keep kneading it a wee bit more because like the inner bits might not be as doughy, so you're going to want to like, and what I tend to do is split the mixture in half and work with one bit at a time and then keep one bit at a side. And just keep kneading that until it's all fully incorporated, all the flour. This is not my first time making scones, so I could have done this without a recipe, but I needed it just for the amounts of flour and that to put in. But the bits that I know of this recipe is like how much flour you put. Like I know like the ingredients, but I just don't know the measurements. So now that that's a dough-like consistency, in our family we like some plain ones and some like ones with like, I think they're over there, some raisins in them. So we split it, not in half, one side with a wee bit more than the other, and just break it off, because it's only my mum that eats the ones with the fruit. Me and my brother eat the plain ones, so we have more plain than fruit. So like just like that. I'm gonna bring over the raisins. And next in some dry raisins. Just like that. I'm never too sure how many raisins to put in. But all I know is you're supposed to kind of like fold them all into the middle, and then just start mixing and folding just how you would originally. And you can add as many dry fruits as you want. So I'm just going to do this again. I'm going to make a wee well down the middle of it, pour in some fruit, and then wrap it all up around the fruits. Why am I calling it fruit? It's raisins. Around the raisins. And then knead again. They do all just like to just fall out, but most of them should stick. The ones that just fall out, don't try to put them back in because they'll just keep falling out. Just put them aside, but try and fully incorporate all of them that you add in. So yeah. So I think my mum is going to come through soon to start shaping her ones, but I'm just going to add a few more raisins for her. Dried raisins. Push them in and wrap them up. And this is really it done now. All you've got to do is take about, depends how big you want your scones, about that much for a decent size, and bake for 10 minutes. In my next video we'll be putting them in the oven. So this video I'm going to end right here, guys, and we'll come back to shape them all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!